What's going on, everybody? First of all, thank you to all of those who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. It really means a lot, and it pushes me to keep going and making these videos. And to those of you who haven't, if you enjoy my content, please subscribe and like this video. Today, first of all, shirt popping. I know, link in description if you want one. But today I wanted to talk about AA and NA, right? First of all, I'm not against AA. I go to AA every now and then. It's personal preference, but I honestly, this is a personal opinion. Like, if you don't like it, you don't have to. But I feel like getting sober is an internal thing. AA has awesome things to offer as far as being surrounded with people that are trying to achieve the same things as you. I feel like that's a benefit. Obviously, like the big book and the 12 steps are awesome things, but at the same time, it's just not for everybody. And I feel like there's a lot of people that are in AA or NA that make you feel like this is what you need in order to stay sober. And if you don't do this, if you don't stick with this program, then, you're going to die, or, you're going to relapse and stuff like that. I don't think that's true, because at the end of the day, I feel like getting sober is an internal choice. You literally have to ask yourself, why? Why do I do this? Why do I get to this point? Why do I not love myself enough to allow myself to keep doing this? Why do I continue to hurt those around me that I say I care about? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you just willingly giving yourself up, or giving up on yourself, if like along the lines of that? It's figuring out what triggers you to do it. For me, I was just talking about this the other day. Everything was a trigger to me. Literally everything. Getting off work was a trigger. Some people, it's an excuse, but it was because I was so unhappy. I was so unfulfilled that I was looking for that happiness in other things, right? I didn't have purpose. Now I have purpose. Now that I am sober, I have purpose. When I was drinking and stuff like that and drugging, I didn't feel like I had a sense of purpose. That's just my personal experience. But let me get back on track into it being the inner work, right? I don't think you need an external thing to fix an internal problem. Sometimes external things help, but at the end of the day, and it also depends on the group of people. I've been to AA meetings that have been awesome, and I've been to AA meetings that make you feel depressed and make you want to drink and smoke and drug when you leave the place. So it also depends on the meeting that you go to. Finding the one that works for you, but you get kind of discouraged when all the places around you are kind of like the same. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's cool that you have coffee there and snacks, but at the end of the day, what it comes down to is the group of people that you're around. I really feel like what benefited me, this is a personal experience. Like, I don't want anybody to take offense to any of the stuff that I'm saying. Is me talking about how I feel personally, but having someone to be accountable with, like having a sober buddy, that was more beneficial to me than AA or NA. Even though I go to meetings every now and then, sometimes they're good. It's like a hit or miss thing. But overall, that's not something that was a tremendous impact on my sobriety, because when I first got sober, I wasn't going to meetings at all. I literally was tired of it. I was tired of heading down the path I was tired of hurting people. I was tired of hurting myself. I was tired of pushing my emotions off and not dealing with them. I was tired of doing that. I did that for, 13, 14 years. It's one of those things where you have to figure out, you have to get tired of it. And I feel like even before you get tired of it, you build up this momentum of, wanting to quit. You may say you want to quit and you may not quit right away. You may not. That's what happened with me. I think when I finally realized this is a problem and I want to quit, it took me a year and a half to actually do that. But there were times where I'd quit for a week and then I'd go back to drinking, or I'd quit for 2 days and then I'd go back to drinking. But in my heart, that's what I wanted to quit. That was between me and my higher power. Whether you have one or not, I have one. That he knew I did not want to be in that lifestyle. And by the grace of God, he delivered me from that. So whatever works for you, you figure that out. It does not have to be NA or AA, or it could be AA and NA and working the steps and all that stuff. Like, it literally is down to the person. Stop telling people how they should get sober and stay sober. You don't know, because you've been through different things. Everybody has different obstacles in life. So it makes sense that we all have different outlooks on life. So, just because painting works for you doesn't mean that knitting won't work for this person. Like, it literally it comes down to that. So, I just want to tell the people who don't go to AA or NA or don't want to, you don't have to. If you don't like it, don't do it. It's self-awareness. So if anybody tries to push that on you, don't. Just know that it's not life or death you going to NA or AA. It's literally internal work, working on yourself and find a sense of purpose, or go and figure out good coping skills instead of drinking and smoking. Go out for a run. Literally, exercise is the #1 cure for mental health stuff. For depression and anxiety, I'm not talking about like schizophrenia and stuff like that. Like, that's a whole different beast. But when it comes to because depression and anxiety and all of that is linked to alcoholism. But that's obviously a whole nother conversation, and I'm not a therapist, so I'm not going to talk on that too much. Work out. Go and knit, go painting, go and figure yourself out, figure out what you like, that you can replace things. I realized that I like making t-shirts. I didn't even think that I would even like that, but I like making t-shirts. So you just gotta find things to fill your time.
I had kind of hit rock bottom. I shouldn't even say kind of. Even though things around me seemed like they were good, internally I'd hit rock bottom, and I said, I'm going to flush these down the toilet, the remainders. And I remember when I poured them in the toilet and it started to flush, I almost crawled in the toilet to go after them. Because I thought, what in the world did you just do? I just had such a dependency on those. And I was taking 15 a night. Any expert would tell you that's not the way to wean yourself off of. You should start with 12, maybe, and then 10, and slowly decrease. I just went cold turkey, and I don't say that braggingly, but I know that was the worst month as far as any kind of recovery that I've ever went through. I shook every night, cold sweats, and just it was a constant battle.